So, you're here because you want the inside track on the aerospace adhesives market, right? You
Yeah,
want to understand who's who, what's driving it, where it's going, but, without getting totally bogged down in endless reports.
exactly.
Well, consider this your shortcut, your streamlined briefing. We've just finished digging into some really interesting analysis from cognitive market research, and trust me, there are some good insights here for you.
Absolutely. We're focusing specifically on the aerospace adhesives market today. The mission really is to pull out the key stuff. Who the big players are, what makes them tick, and what the future looks like. It's actually a surprisingly active space.
Active is putting it mildly. I mean, the numbers alone kind of tell a story. In 2023, this market was valued at what? USD, the 354.2 million.
That's the figure, yeah.
Okay, now get this. By 2032, projections show it potentially hitting USD 2078.2 billion. That's billion with a B. That's a compound annual growth rate of 5.5%.
It is a significant jump, really highlights the growing importance of these materials.
Totally. And it's not just growing randomly, is it? There are some real forces pushing this.
Definitely not random. You've got, well, first, the aerospace industry itself booming, especially in emerging markets. More planes mean more adhesive, simple as that.
Right.
Then there's the technology itself. Adhesive science is constantly getting better, more specialized.
Yeah, it's not your basic craft glue anymore. And maybe the biggest driver, the one everyone talks about, is that push for lightweight, fuel-efficient aircraft.
Oh, absolutely. Every single gram they can shave off makes a difference to performance, to costs. It's critical.
Okay, so given all that growth and pressure, who are the current heavyweights? Who does the research say is leading the pack right now?
Right. So the report identifies the top 5 manufacturers currently as 3M, DuPont, Henkel, Bostik, which is part of Arkema and H.B. Fuller Company. These are kind of the established giants holding the biggest shares.
Let's maybe start with 3M. Everyone knows 3M, based in Minnesota way back to 1902. They make everything, right? Post-its too. Well, aerospace stuff.
Exactly. They're incredibly diverse. For aerospace adhesives, their big strength is that long history of innovation. Reliability, durability, that's key for them, especially in the, harsh environments aircraft operate in.
So what kind of products are we talking about?
They offer a pretty wide range. Structural adhesives, the ones that carry load specialized tapes, sealants. They're always investing in R&D, staying on the cutting edge.
And their market share. Any idea?
The estimate is around 18% for aerospace adhesives. And it's interesting, their total revenue in 2023 was huge, like $35 billion. But the transportation and electronics segment, which includes this stuff, brought in about $9 billion.
Oh, okay. So a significant chunk.
Yeah. And a big focus for them lately has apparently been developing those crucial lightweight adhesives we talked about.
Makes sense. So for you listening, think 3M, think innovation, think reliability under pressure. Okay, next up, DuPont. Another one with a really long history, right? Back to 1802.
Yeah, DuPont's another diversified giant, very science-focused,
Yeah.
big in transportation, construction materials. They have a strong reputation for high-performance stuff.
And in aerospace adhesives?
They provide advanced solutions, high-strength adhesives, sealants, protective coatings. Again, it's all geared towards reducing weight, boosting fuel efficiency, making sure things are bonded securely.
And what's their main angle, would you say? Their key focus?
I'd say sustainability and continuous innovation are really central for DuPont. They invest a lot in creating adhesives that meet the tough aerospace standards and are better for the environment. Plus, they have that huge global reach and deep materials science know-how.
Gotcha. And the numbers for them?
Total revenue in 2023 was around $14 billion. Their mobility and materials segment, the relevant one here, generated something like $4 billion. Their market share in aerospace adhesives is estimated at about 16%.
Okay. And like 3M, they're focused on.
Definitely pushing sustainable solutions. That seems to be a big theme.
Right. Okay, let's hop over the Atlantic. Henkel, German company, founded 1876.
Yep. Henkel, based in Dusseldorf, big global player in industrial stuff and consumer goods. But their adhesive technologies division is a real powerhouse. They have a huge range specifically for aerospace.
Powerhouse, okay. What makes them stand out?
Their products are known for really high performance, really reliable, especially under those extreme aerospace conditions. We're talking structural adhesives, film adhesives, surface treatments used in building planes, maintaining them.
So that blend, top performance, but absolutely dependable when things get tough.
Precisely. And, you guessed it, they're also heavily into sustainability, developing eco-friendly options that are still lightweight and meet those complex engineering needs.
Seeing a pattern here, their figures.
Henkel's total revenue in 2023 was about $22.4 billion. The adhesive technologies part was a big slice of that, around $10 billion. Market share in aerospace adhesives, roughly 17%. And yeah, pushing eco-friendly innovations hard.
Okay, interesting. Now, Bostik, you mentioned they're part of Arkema.
That's right. Bostik itself was established in 2004, but it's under Arkema, a big French specialty chemicals company. Bostik brings like over a century of adhesive know-how. They become pretty significant in aerospace.
How so? What's their niche?
They focus on high-performance structural adhesives and sealants for really demanding applications. Their stuff is valued because it helps improve fuel efficiency, cut weight, and make aircraft structures last longer.
So does being part of Arkema give them an edge, that chemical expertise?
Oh, undeniably. Arkema's deep knowledge in specialty chemicals, combined with Bostik's focus on innovation, that lets them create some really cutting-edge adhesive tech tailored for what aerospace needs now and next.
Makes sense. Financials.
In 2023, Bostik apparently contributed about $2 billion to Arkema's total $11.5 billion revenue. Their aerospace adhesives market share is around 12%, and a big recent push for them is high-performance bonding for, next-gen aircraft designs.
Right, looking ahead. Okay, last of the big five, we circle back to Minnesota. H.B. Fuller Company, founded 1887.
Yep, H.B. Fuller. Another global adhesive maker. Very broad range across industries. But they're definitely a substantial player in aerospace. They offer high-performance solutions engineered specifically for those tough industry specs.
Like what kind of products?
Specialty tapes, durable sealants for joints, strong structural adhesives, all designed to boost safety and efficiency.
And their core strength in aerospace. What makes them competitive?
I'd say their adhesives are really engineered for extreme conditions. Wide temperature ranges, harsh environments, they focus on ensuring long-term structural integrity under duress.
And sustainability.
Yeah.
Is that on their radar, too?
Oh, yeah. They also show a strong commitment there, developing more environmentally responsible formulas. Their 2023 total revenue was $3.6 billion, and aerospace is a key part of their engineering adhesive segment. Market share estimated around 10%.
And their focus?
Seems to be very much on that sweet spot of durable and lightweight adhesives.
Okay, that gives us a really good snapshot of the current top five. Now, the report also talks about how these companies are actually compared. Like, what metrics does cognitive market research use to say who's leading?
Right. They use several key benchmarks. First off is innovation capability. That looks at R&D spending, their pipeline for new products. Basically, can they keep developing better, more advanced adhesives?
Makes sense. Gotta keep innovating. What else?
Second is customer base and market reach. How wide is their distribution? Do they have strong relationships with the big aerospace manufacturers, commercial and defense? What's their global footprint like?
Right. You need the tech, but you also need to get it to the people who build the planes.
Exactly. Third is product portfolio diversification. Do they offer a wide variety of adhesives for different jobs, bonding structures, sealing gaps, surface protection? And crucially, can they handle both traditional materials and newer stuff like composites?
Okay, so breadth and depth of offering. Number 4.
Financial performance. Pretty straightforward: revenue growth, profitability, and importantly, their capacity to invest in the future. R&D, expansion, maybe buying other companies. You need deep pockets in this industry.
No doubt. And the last one, probably increasingly important.
Absolutely. Number 5 is commitment to sustainability and regulatory compliance. Are the products and processes meeting tough standards like RoHS, that's restriction of hazardous substances, and REACH, the European Chemical Regulation?
Gotcha.
Companies that nail this environmental and regulatory piece are definitely seen as leaders now.
So just to recap, innovation, market reach, diverse portfolio, financial strength, and sustainability compliance. Those are the pillars of leadership here. Okay, so besides these established leaders, the report also points out some rising challenges, right? Companies looking to shake things up.
Yes, it does. It specifically highlights PPG Industries, Illinois Tool Works, usually just called ITW Solvay, and Hexcel Corporation. These are the ones seen as having the potential to really challenge that top 5.
Interesting. Let's take PPG first. I know them mainly for paints and coatings.
Exactly. And that's part of their strength.
Yeah.
They have robust innovation, a huge global reach already. Their expertise in aerospace coatings gives them a natural pathway into adhesives. There's synergy there. Plus, they're dedicated to sustainability and R&D, right. And they're apparently quite aggressive about expanding into those growing emerging markets. So they're leveraging existing strengths.
Makes sense. Using what they know to break into a related area. What about ITW Illinois Tool Works?
ITW's big advantage is its strong financial foundation. That gives them the muscle for expansion, maybe acquisitions. They're also incredibly diversified across many industries, which gives them a broad tech base and manufacturing know-how.
So less synergy, more financial power and efficiency.
Kind of, yeah. They're known for optimizing manufacturing, which could let them offer really cost-effective solutions. And yeah, their history suggests they could grow fast through smart buys.
Financial strength, efficiency, powerful combo. Okay, who's next? Solvay.
Solvay is interesting. Their core strength is in advanced materials and specialty chemicals, so they're coming at it from a deep science perspective.
Right.
Their focus on sustainable high-performance materials fits perfectly with where aerospace is going. They use strategic partnerships and R&D investments to target next-gen adhesives. They could definitely disrupt things.
So deep materials knowledge plus a sustainability focus. That sounds potent. And the last challenger mentioned was Hexcel. Aren't they big in composites?
Exactly. Hexcel is already a major player in aerospace, specifically known for advanced composites. That's a huge advantage for adhesives.
How so?
Because they deeply understand composite materials, they can innovate adhesives specifically designed for composites. Their R&D is strong, and crucially, they already have tight relationships with the big aircraft manufacturers.
Ah, so they have an existing in with the customers.
Precisely. That could let them grab market share relatively quickly if their adhesive tech is good.
Fascinating. Each challenger seems to have a different angle. Coatings, synergy for PPG, financial clout for ITW, material science for Solvay, and composite expertise for Hexcel. It'll be really interesting to watch how that plays out. So, flipping the script, if a new company wanted to break into this market, what does the report suggest they need to do? What are the winning strategies?
Well, the report stresses a few key things. First and foremost, focus on improved formulations. We're talking multifunctional adhesive, super high strength, super lightweight, anything that boosts performance, cuts emissions, improves fuel efficiency.
So better science, basically.
Better science, yeah. And differentiating. Maybe developing specialized products for extreme temperatures or chemical resistance. And importantly, collaborating with aerospace companies to create custom solutions for specific problems.
Tailored solutions. Okay, what else?
Second big area, focus on reduced emissions and sustainability. This is huge. Develop eco-friendly adhesives. Use bio-based materials if possible. Cut down those VOCs, volatile organic compounds. Appeal to manufacturers who are under pressure to be greener. Showing commitment to a circular economy helps too.
Right. Sustainability isn't optional anymore. It's table stakes. What about getting noticed? Partnerships? Pricing?
Absolutely critical. Strategic partnerships are essential. Team up with manufacturers, suppliers, research labs, co-develop products, align with industry standards. Even partnering with government agencies for compliance and certifications can build credibility fast.
Get embedded in the ecosystem.
Exactly. And on pricing, offer competitive prices but without sacrificing quality. That can attract cost-conscious buyers, especially since operating costs are always a factor.
Find that balance. Okay. Product, sustainability, partnerships, price, anything else.
Yeah, one more. Value-added services. Don't just sell the glue. Offer technical support, training on how to use it right, maybe maintenance advice. Build long-term relationships, not just one-off sales. That fosters loyalty and repeat business.
Go beyond the product itself. Makes sense. So new entrants need smart tech, a green focus, good partners, smart pricing, and strong support. Sounds like a plan.
It's a challenging market to break into, but focusing on those areas gives them the best shot against the established players.
Okay, let's pull back again for the bigger picture. What are the main takeaways here? The overarching forces shaping this whole market?
Well, the fundamental driver, like we said at the start, is that relentless demand for lighter, more fuel-efficient aircraft. That underpins everything.
Right.
And remember, this market isn't just one thing. It's structural adhesives, non-structural ones, specialty types, all engineered for the unique, tough demands of aerospace. Extreme conditions, durability, high strength to weight.
It's a diverse set of needs. And the competitive scene, how would you sum that up?
It's really this dynamic interplay, isn't it? You've got the established leaders, 3M, DuPont, Henkel, Bostik, H.B. Fuller, leveraging their size, their reputation, their R&D budgets. And then you have these emerging challengers, PPG, ITW, Solvay, Hexcel, trying to find an edge through specialization or sustainability or partnerships.
And we're seeing trends like
Consolidation, definitely.
Yeah.
Companies merging or acquiring. Constant technological advances, of course. And that massive growing emphasis on environmentally friendly solutions. That's reshaping strategies across the board.
So the leaders use their muscle and innovation track record, while the challengers look for niche opportunities, green angles, and smart collaborations.
That sums it up pretty well. It's a constant push and pull, everyone trying to adapt and innovate faster than the competition. Standing still is not an option.
Definitely not. Well, this has been incredibly illuminating. A really thorough deep dive into the aerospace adhesives market, thanks to that cognitive market research analysis. I feel like we've really unpacked who the main players are, what it takes to lead, who's coming up, and how new companies might get a foothold.
Yeah, hopefully you, the listener, now have a much clearer picture of this vital market, what's driving its growth, and the competitive forces shaping its future.
Absolutely. So now that you are armed with all this insight, here's something to chew on. Considering that intense competition we just talked about and that huge push for sustainable aviation, what do you think will be the single most disruptive innovation in aerospace adhesives over the next, say, 10 years?
Oh, good question.
Or maybe think about it this way. With these challengers focusing so much on specialized niches and green tech, how might the established giants, the 3Ms and DuPonts, need to fundamentally shift their strategies to stay dominant long term?
Those are definitely the big questions looking forward. It really makes you think about the intersection of material science, business strategy, and the future of flight.
Exactly. Lots to consider. We really encourage you to keep exploring this space where material science meets the demands of aerospace.
Definitely worth keeping an eye on.
Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time.